Good Saturday morning to you. I'm forecaster Mark Spencer from NeoWeather.com with your forecast for Saturday, June 1st, 2013. We'll have some morning sunshine followed by some afternoon thunderstorms. Some of those storms could be strong to severe. We'll talk about all that. And if we're looking at a cooler start for next week, get all the details and much more starting right now. Alright, looking at the NeoWeather 3D Max Doppler radar this morning, a lot of activity on it, especially down into the middle Mississippi Valley, back into Missouri, parts of Arkansas, and eastern Oklahoma. This is a very large storm complex, some of which is going to be affecting us later this afternoon and to overnight tonight. We'll take a look closely at Ohio here in just a moment. This morning you can see just how large this whole complex of storms really is. It extends basically from about Indianapolis down towards the Texas and Oklahoma border there. So a very large complex of storm. Right now, none of them severe, but they are strong. Actually, looks like there is one severe weather warning that just popped up in Arkansas. But otherwise, that's going to continue to, this will push off to the south and east. The whole entire complex here is going to push off south and east. There's a cold front out here that's going to be moving through. We'll see redevelopment up here later this afternoon and this evening, and that's what's going to affect us here in Ohio. East Coast wise, you're high and dry, basically warm temperatures, dry conditions there. Behind it, a little bit cooler back into the northern parts of the Central Plains, and maybe a scattered shower or two across the Dakotas there. That's about it. Not too bad across Texas either, but things may pick up there later today. Looking closely across Ohio this morning, now you have to note that the showers you see out in northwest Ohio, they're diminishing. They're going to continue to diminish. They probably won't even make it to about Sandusky, and that's about it. I don't even think they'll make it there, to be honest with you. We do have this cloud cover here, and that's going to push through, but at the same time, it is going to weaken some as well. We'll end up with a mix of sun and clouds and probably go mostly cloudy by around lunchtime, but we'll still see like filtered sunshine, but the clouds could be a hindering factor in any severe weather we see later today. We'll have to keep a very close eye on that. More details on that in the moment. Right now, this is the current radar. You can see pretty much everything has died off rather rapidly. That's thanks to the storms off to the south and west. It's kind of cutting off the moisture flow here. The clouds again will diminish, and we'll still see some, but they will diminish as they move east. Temperatures this morning, you're at 72 Cleveland-Hopkins, 71 downtown Cleveland, 70 Ashtabula and Youngstown, 69 Ravenna, 70 Akron-Canton and Worcester, 70 out in Port Clinton, 72 Mansfield, and 69 in Dover, New Philadelphia. Temperatures today will warm into the 80s. We'll talk about how warm it will get in just a moment. Alright, I just wanted to switch over to the Futurecast here real quick and show you what we're expecting later on today. And right now I wanted to show you this is our current visible satellite imagery. You can see plenty of sun across much of northeastern Ohio, generally to the east of Cleveland this morning. And we have these clouds out here. We call that convective debris. It's from those storms last night that were in northern Indiana, northwestern Ohio. It's diminishing showers that we just saw there. But you can see we do have breaks in that cloud cover. It run pretty much right through here. And we also have some more developing out to the north and west. So they will diminish as they move east into a little bit drier atmosphere. But still going to be a very muggy day, especially as temperatures warm into the 80s. Alright, we're going to turn that off. And right now I want to show what we're going to be looking at here storm-wise later on in the afternoon. So here we're going to go right about noon here, and this isn't exactly representative of what I'm thinking, but it's about the closest thing to it. A few of the high-resolution models are showing a few different solutions, so you kind of got to take and mix them a little bit to get the better solution, it looks like. And we're about 2 o'clock here, and we can see showers and a few thunderstorms developing generally along and east of I-77. That's the best threat for development this afternoon. I'll actually go with east of I-71. Just because placement's going to be kind of difficult. Better chance if you're east of I-77, but a chance for an afternoon shower or storm developing if you're east of I-71. As we get it towards, here's 3 o'clock and now 4 o'clock, you can see a few storms developing off towards the Youngstown area. We also have the storms back into northern Indiana, southern lower Michigan, moving into northwestern Ohio. And we'll get to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, not too bad looks like, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Finally, by about 10 o'clock, we have storms in northwestern Ohio. And as we get towards midnight, those slide off to the north a little bit. We see some scattered showers and storms across the area. Another model is showing more of a development of storms this afternoon. We'll actually take a look at that one here. And this is what we're thinking. This one did not start out very well this morning. Here is 3 o'clock, 2 and 3 o'clock. We have storms around Mansfield along the I-71 corridor. And, well, let's go back here. And by 4 o'clock, a nice line of storms across Cleveland down towards Athens and points south. Pretty strong storm there. It's indicating across the Cleveland metro, moving south towards Akron. And then we get a nice line that develops by 5 p.m. moving east into Pennsylvania. And as we get towards, here's 8 o'clock, we get towards midnight, it moves in additional showers and storms along the cold front overnight. Tonight, then they diminish, of course, as we lose all the heating and better dynamics off to the east. So a couple different options here of what could happen. You'll want to stay with NeoWeather this afternoon for all the latest weather coverage. On our NeoRisk for today, well, we do have some severe weather to talk about that. We'll get into detail more in just a moment. The primary risk will be damaging winds. Also have a chance for some large hail. And we also cannot rule out an isolated, I stress the word isolated tornado, maybe one or two. That's going to be about it. That's not a primary threat. If they do occur, they're going to be very brief because this is going to be a line of storms moving through, and it's really not the best mode for tornadic activity. Probably the highest threat today, otherwise, outside of that, is the humidity. It's going to be quite muggy out there, and we'll also talk about how warm it'll be coming up in just a moment. First, our almanac for today. The high yesterday was a balmy 88 degrees, the low 68. A little oppressive out there. Our average high 74, the average low 55, so we're well above the normals. Our record high today 95, the record low 40. We had just under a half inch of rain for yesterday. We're just shy of 2 inches for the month of May, and we were about 1.63 inches below normal for that month, and we're at 12.19 inches for the year. So far running just under 3 inches below normal, so we do need the rain. Sunrise is at 5:56 a.m. and sunset is at 8:54 p.m. Alright, talking about pollen here. Well, not too bad. The rain that moved through last night was a bit of a blessing for anybody suffering, including myself. Tree pollen down to the low category. The grass pollen, though, it's starting to come up. That'll be in the moderate category, and we'll leave mold spores down in the low category for now as well. Grasses, mulberry, and walnut are your predominant pollen types right now. Alright, forecast for the severe weather. Timing-wise, I'm thinking pretty much any time after 2 to 3 o'clock, as we saw there in the Futurecast, and onward through about midnight. Best chance for severe weather is actually from pretty much west of Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, points south and west. We put that in our medium risk. The rest of Ohio we have in our low risk category. We'll have to keep an eye on it. This may change a little bit later this morning when we start getting some morning model data in, and also some upper air soundings start coming in as well. So keep in touch with our Facebook fan page. We'll post all the latest details there. Damaging winds and large hail, again, the primary threats. Damaging winds probably the greatest threat of the two. We cannot rule out an isolated tornado. One or two at the most. They would be brief. We're not looking at a tornado outbreak or anything like that. Just can't rule it out. The storm could produce a tornado, especially anything that develops ahead of a line of storms would be the best chance for that. But again, that chance is fairly low. Again, stay tuned to our Facebook fan page for all of the latest updates throughout the day. And with that, here's our forecast for today. We'll go with 86 degrees on the high, partly cloudy this morning, chance of storms later this afternoon. Winds will be out of the south-southwest, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Could get a little gusty towards 30 miles an hour there as well. We'll start your morning off, we'll call it partly cloudy in general across the area. East of I-77, you'll probably see mainly sunny skies. Temperature right around 70. We're up to 78 by 11 a.m. with partly cloudy skies, 85 at 2 p.m. That's when I'll throw in a chance for isolated storms. They could start flying around then. I think after 2 p.m. will be your best chance. By 5 p.m. we could have some scattered storms around the area and 80 degrees. Overnight tonight, storms a good bet through the evening, especially through midnight. Will drop to about 67 degrees. Winds will be out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Again, storms likely through about midnight, and they'll come to an end gradually between 12 and 4 a.m. For the next 7 days, scattered showers and storms Sunday. Again, that'll primarily be early on, although we will see a chance for some scattered rain showers into the early afternoon. High will be 78. We cool down on Monday, partly cloudy and 64, 66 on Tuesday and mostly sunny skies. We're back up to about normal on Wednesday, 75 with mainly sunny skies. And a chance for storms returns again towards the end of the week for Thursday and Friday ahead of another low pressure system. The high will be right around 80 degrees, and we'll keep an eye on that later on this week to see if we may see any severe weather. From there, be sure to stay tuned to NeoWeather throughout the day for all the latest coverage. I'm forecaster Mark Spencer. Thank you for watching. Stay up to date with the latest weather at neoweather.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. neoweather.com, Ohio's home for weather.